So hello everyone, this is our 15th tutorial in the series of SolidWorks tutorials. So today we discuss about the loft cut command. So let's start with the new project. So click on new, select the part, click OK here. As you can see, your sketch profile window is open. Now we have to select the top plane for for providing certain material. So let us select the top plane. Go to sketch, click on sketch and draw a rectangle having a dimension of 200 by 100. So go to smart dimension, give the dimension as 200 and give the width as 100 here. Escape from the smart dimension, click OK, exit the sketch, go to features, go to extrude boss and extrude this rectangle to a depth of 100 mm, click OK. So you can see a blank is ready. Now loft cut command. In loft cut command, which is basically a counterpart of loft base command. So loft boss base command we done in previous lecture number 14 in this tutorial series. So you can discuss or you can refer this that video for the loft boss base command, how to apply this command. So loft cut is basically the counterpart of loft boss. In loft boss, what happens, we are adding certain material by joining the two different sketch profiles having a different dimensions, different characteristics and having a variation of sketch profiles. But in this case loft cut, what happens, we are removing the material. Okay, we are cutting certain material from it. So with the help of by joining two different profiles having a different dimensions and different cross sections. So let us see how we can apply a loft cut command in this blank which we created. And now first of all I have to select the plane on which I have to create my two profiles. So let us take this plane as a bottom plane and this plane as a top plane. So these are the two different planes I select for my sketch profiles. So first of all I have to draw on this plane. So select this plane and go to sketch, select the sketch. Let me draw hexagon here. You can draw octagon, any other element. Okay, so control 8 to make sure your object is moving towards your direction and click OK here. Go to smart dimensions, give certain dimensions to this. Let us say it should be 70 and click OK here. Make sure this side of this hexagon should be horizontal so that it is fully defined. Now see, it is fully defined, it is black in color. So we exit the sketch. So this is the first profile which is used to create a cut in this component, and I have to create a new profile on this plane also. So for loft cut there are two different profiles. First one is hexagon, another one I create a rectangle or a circle. So let us create a circle here. You now select this plane, go to sketch, select the sketch, control 8 so that your direction of rotation will be as per your convenience. So I created a circle here, smart dimensions, give the dimension to the circle as 55. Okay, escape from the smart dimension, click OK, exit the sketch. Now you can see there are two different profiles. First one is hexagon and the second one is your circle. So loft cut command is used to create a cut, or you can say it is used to remove the material from this component by joining these two different section profiles. First one is your hexagon, another one is your circle. So basically it has three main types by which we can apply, which is very similar to the loft base. First one, you have to just select the two profiles. Second, you have to select the profiles and give the guide curve. Third one, you have to select the profiles and give the center line path so that it can the material can be cut along that path. Okay, so that will also discuss in this tutorial. So first of all we have to apply the loft cut command with the simplest way. So go to the feature, select the loft cut. You can see loft cut option here. So when I select the loft cut, see in property manager we have different options here. So in this we also have three types. First one we have profile, second profile plus guide curve, third profile plus center line parameters. So these are the three options by which you can create a cut using the loft cut command. Okay, so first of all we start with the profile option. So we just have to select the two profiles and software will decide how to join these two profiles, and the cut will be implicated on the component. So first I select this box here. Now select the first profile and then select the second profile. As you can see, a yellow structure appears. It means your command is applicable, or command is applied to the component. Now you have to see whether the cut is given to the component or not. So what I do, I just click OK. So this is the simplest way by which you can apply a loft cut, just selecting the two profiles. So select the first profile, select the second profile. Software will decide how to connect these profile, how to connect this 6 points to the circle as per its conveniences, as per its calculations. Okay, so this is your connector here. You can see a green dot and a line. This is your connector. You want to see all the connectors, just right click here and click show all connectors. Select show all connectors. So you can see all the connectors are visible to you. There are 6 connectors. As such, hexagon contains 6 corners which joins the circle at 6 points as per the software calculation. So if you don't want to see all the connectors, just right click here, hide all connectors, and you can see the connectors are removed right now. And when you click OK here, you can see your cut or material is removed from here, and you can see directly from here by applying the cut section option here. See, click OK. Now you can see this is a circle profile and this is the hexagonal profile, and these two profiles are connected and the material is removed with the help of loft cut command. So this is the first way by which you can apply the loft cut command to cut the material from the component by joining the two profiles, and the software will do all the calculations and it will cut the material from this component. Okay, when I just off this section part view, you can see this is the hexagon and this one is your we can say your circular profile here. So this is the first way. Second, we have to select the profile and provide a guide curve. For that, what I do, I just delete this option here, loft cut command, and sketch will remain as intact. So you can see the sketches will remain, the sketch profile remains there, but the loft cut command is removed. So first of all, I have to select the front plane. Now front plane is used why? Because I have to create a guide path. When I create a guide path, the cut will move along that path and the material is moved along this path, and your cut will appear as per the path movement or path direction. So first of all, I have to select the front plane, select the sketch, go to sketch and control it so that drawing will appear towards you, and let us say create a path here. So make sure you must pierce the your structure. Okay, so I just connect like this, press escape to enter the command. Make sure you just select the endpoint, select this circular element and pierce it. Okay, similarly here you can select the endpoint of the curve and then select the edge and pierce. Okay, so this is how you can define the path in the loft commands. Okay, and if you have any radius values, you can give the radius values so that it can be fully defined. So no need to worry, it is not fully defined, no need to worry, but we have to just learn the command how to apply it. Okay, so this is how you can define the curve, guide curve as per your convenience, and make sure the end of the curves must be pierced with the two elements or sketch profiles which we created in the bottom and the top surface of the component. Okay, so this is how you can define the path. Now exit the sketch, and then you can see your profile is two profiles are there and a guide curve is there. So select go to features, select the loft cut command. First of all, we have to select two profiles. So this one is hexagon, second one is circle, and now you have to define the curve path. So previously what happens, the cut will move along straight lines and the material is moved. Now I want that cut will move along this guide path which I created, and the cut will appear along this direction. So when I select this guide path, see what happens now. The cut will move along this. The cut will move like this. It's having a curve pattern here because our guide path is like this. Okay, so this is how you can create your cut with the help of loft cut command by providing a guide path. So when I click OK here, so you can see your cut will move along that path, and in cut section view you can see when I click OK here, see what happens. So this is your hexagonal profile in the bottom surface, and this is your circular profile at the top surface, and the cut will move along that curve which I created earlier in this component, and the cutting will take place like this in a curve path. See, so this is how you can apply a loft cut command when you have two different section profiles and you have a guide curve. Okay, so this is the second way by which you can apply a loft cut command. So let's go to the last and the third way by which we can apply a loft cut command. So I just delete this command here first, and the profiles are existing with them. Let me delete this profile also. Okay, now let me make this circle delete also from here. Now let us assume that this is our first profile and this is our plane which is perpendicular to this bottom plane. Okay, and my profile existing here. Fine, the profile is existing here. So what I do, I just make sure that this sketch is bit bigger. So control it. I am editing this sketch right now, so let it be 300, and this should be let it be 100. Okay, now exit the sketch. See, now the length of this element is increased now. Fine, so you can cut on the plane also, or you can cut inside the component. There is no issue, it is the same thing, unless you are making some new or complex drawings. So make sure you can cut on the plane also or inside the component also. There is no big issue, there is no big change why you are not cutting from here. Okay, so everything remains same, every command step remains same. Okay, so this is the bottom profile which I created hexagon, and now here I can create a new profile. Let us create a rectangle here or a triangle here. So select the surface, go to sketch, exit the sketch. Okay, now control it. Now I just create a center rectangle here. Let us give certain dimensions to it. Let it be 50, and this should be 45, and the distance from this edge should be 25. Okay, exit this dimension. Make sure this point and the region are vertical, and okay, you have to delete this, it becomes over constraint. And okay, and this dimension from this edge should be 25. See, it is at the center of this face. Okay, and now we can create, you can make sure it should be a much bigger value right now. It should be 30. Okay, let it be much away from this surface. Exit the sketch. Now there are two sketches, one is hexagon, another one is rectangle, and I want to create a cut inside this component by joining these two elements with the help of centerline parameter or centerline curve. Okay, so what I do, I just select the front plane first, go to sketch, control it, and create a centerline from this origin to the make sure it should be horizontal, and the dimensions should be, no need to give the dimensions, as such it is fully defined right now, and I have to give an arc here. Let it should be fillet, and the fillet value should be 20. Make sure it should be 25 and click OK. See what happens now. And this is the center line, this line is the center line, these are the two profiles, and these have a different cross sections, and I want to cut inside this component along this center line parameter by joining these two profiles. Click OK, exit the sketch. Now again go to the features, select the loft cut command. First of all, select the two profiles. So this is the profile 1 hexagon, this is the profile 2, we have a rectangle here, and now I have to define the centerline parameter from here. So first select this option and select the centerline parameter. Now what happens, as such when I click, you can see I'm not able to visible the yellowish portion here. Why? Because maybe there are certain things that this diameter is much bigger as compared to the profile cut centerline parameter profile, and the length and width of this rectangle is also much bigger as compared to it. Do what we do now. Let me make sure that the diameter of this hexagon should be smaller. So I just exit the command here and go to the sketch portion. So edit this sketch, control it, let it should be the diameter should be around 30. Fine, and now exit the sketch. Similarly, I have to make sure that the sketch of a rectangle should also have smaller values. So let it should be 20, and this should be around 30. It's better right now. So exit the sketch here. You can see there are two different profiles right now. First one is hexagon, another one is a rectangle, and this is the centerline parameter. Now what happens when your diameter is large and this radius is small, so material cannot propagate along this. There are certain interaction of material between the propagation during the propagation. That's why it is not able to create a cut here. So make sure the diameters and the radius, these fillet radius and these lengths are much bigger as compared to these values, as compared to the dimensions of your profiles. Okay, so now again I have to go to the features, go to the loft cut. First we have to select the two profiles. First one is this, second one is this. Now I go to the centerline parameter and select the centerline. See, now it is fully prepared. But what happens, as such the hexagon contains 6 points and the your rectangle contains only 4 points. So 6 points are not able to connect with the 4 points. So what I do, I just make sure that my connectors are properly arranged and in a proper manner. So this is the connector. I think it should be at the top. See what happens now. Now a bit, yes, it is now a bit uniform right now. So I just do make sure that this connector is on the upside of this hexagon and it should be connected with the upper side of this rectangle. So you can edit those connectors. If you want to see all the connectors, just right click, show all connectors here. Here. So you can see all the connectors are uniform, they are properly arranged and they are connected properly. And then if you don't want to see all the connectors, just right click, hide all connectors. Okay, now click, when I click OK, you can see a cut is produced. Okay, here the cut is your rectangular section and here it is hexagonal section. So what I do, I just make sure it is a cut section and keep cap colors here. Okay, you can see a cut is produced having a hexagonal profile here and rectangular profile here. Okay, so this is how you can create loft cut and remove the material from inside the component, as well as you can remove the material from top side of the component. No issues, every step of the command remains same, but in that case the material will be cut from the top plane of the component and you can see directly. But in this case I just cut the material from inside the component so that I have to apply the cut section, and I will show you that how this cut will appear by providing the cut section. Okay, so this is how you can create a loft cut command and you can create cavities in the mold or some other features where you require these type of commands. So loft and loft cut are same basically, and in loft you are providing just material and in loft cut you are just removing that material from the component. Okay, so there are basically three types or three ways by which you can apply the loft or loft cut command. First one is that you have to provide the two different profiles. Just select the two profiles, click OK, and the loft or loft cut will be applicable to the component. Make sure in this case that the software will calculate how to join the things, how to make sure join those points with the circle or some other elements. Okay, and make sure that the sketch profiles are of different cross section. Loft command is only applicable when your section profiles are of different dimensions, different characteristics. and they have different variations also. Okay. Second type by which you can apply the loft or loft cut command is that you have to define the profiles, and then you have to define the guide path along which the cut will propagate. So you have to create a guide path first, and then defines the profile, and then apply the command. Okay. So the third type of loft and loft cut applicability is that you have to provide the profiles, or you can say sketch profiles, plus along with your center line parameter. So this type of cut or loft cut is applicable when the planes are at 90 degree, so that your profiles are at 90 degree to each other. When the profiles and the planes are parallel to each other, then definitely you will go with the first option, that is profile selection, and second option profile selection plus guide curve. So this is how you can apply the loft and loft cut command in this software. I think this is very understandable today, and a very interactive session we have. So for the previous videos and previous tutorials, you can go to my page, that is Gaurav Chigal, and you can search all the tutorials of the SolidWorks on that how to apply the different commands in this software in a very you can say descriptive manner and in a very depth view. I think this is enough for today's tutorial. So thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.